In today's episode, we're going to talk about mindset, why it's so important to adapt growth mindset versus victim mindset. I'll be explaining to you how you can detect and how you can see in your life when you are falling into the victim mentality. So, why mindset is so important for your growth, for your development, for the relationships that you are in. And that is because everything, and I mean everything in your life, happens and starts in your head. Everything, every thought creates a reaction and action, and it leads you to either be stuck or to take action towards a better life, better choices, whether it's to do with your fitness, health, relationships. It is all about mindset. And so in this episode, I would like to bring to you the distinction between those two mindsets and how you can start shifting from being a victim and being stuck in a victim mindset to more of a growth mindset, and to being empowered to live your life from the place of empowerment, from the place of making decisions based on what can I learn from this, and making decisions as well, not based on fear of failure, for instance, because oftentimes when we living in the victim mindset, we don't see the possibilities, we just see the limitations. And I'm excited to bring this subject to you because I believe that that's very powerful. It's powerful to know that everything that happens in your life happens for a reason. Every person that comes your way is there for a reason. It's there to teach you something. And if we can adapt a growth mindset, then we are more resilient, we are more prepared, we are more bold in our expression, we are bold in the way we live our life, in the way we go about our life. So I'm excited to bring that subject to you today. If you are here for the first time, my name is Marta. I'm a women empowerment coach, yoga teacher, meditation teacher, and a personal trainer. And every week I bring to you self-development nuggets, self-development information. This podcast is to empower you on the journey to becoming more awakened, more aware, to become the most authentic and best version of yourself. And I'm excited to dive into today's episode. Subscribe to this channel and give a like, comment below if there is a subject that you would like me to cover, and I would love to connect in that way. And I would like to express my gratitude and my appreciation for you being here and listening in, because I know that the reason that you are here is because you are looking to change, you are looking to enhance your life, and that is something that's very honorable, because not everyone has that mindset of growth, that mindset that we're going to be talking about today. So what is victim mindset? A victim mindset is when we are stuck in life, when we feel stagnant, when we see limitations and we see the world as this very limited place, when we approach problems in life from the place of, why is this happening to me? And we feel very powerless and very stuck in that way of thinking, in that cycle of victim. That is victim mindset. It's when we see the world through the lens of limitations, through the lens of blaming and others for what's happening in our life. And the reason I wanted to bring that to you is because it is so important to be aware and bring the awareness to where are your thoughts leading you? What is your thought process? How much negative self-talk do you impose on yourself? And all of that is part of victim mindset. So common thought processes that you may have is, why is this happening to me? Is why is it always me? Why am I so unlucky? Why this person is talking to me in the way that they do? I feel stuck. Language that your brain will give you if you are in a victim mindset. And that is like, why is the world the way it is? Why is the world such a horrible place? And again, it's the feeling of being stuck, it's the feeling of being powerless, it's the feeling of anger and aggression and defensiveness. It's the feeling of this world is against me. I don't belong in this world. Why is this so hard? Why is my life so hard? When you have those questions in your head, you will live your life from that limiting belief perspective. And I'm here to bring some light to you. And hopefully, after listening to this video, you will be able to start recognizing and stopping yourself in your tracks where you want to lean towards that negative mindset. And then in this episode, I would like to bring to you how you can start shifting that and how you can start embodying a positive growth mindset so that you can be more powerful, so that you can start taking responsibility. And that will be in the points that I'm going to outline to you today. So the growth mindset is the complete opposite. It's when you see any challenges as an opportunity for growth, when you can see any upheavals in your life and you look at them and you're like, oh, what am I supposed to learn from this? What can I learn and what can I take? How much more resilient I can get from it, how I can then start harnessing being more empowered from this challenge that I'm facing. Growth mindset is when we take on a learning and we embrace us learning. So again, when we can see anything that happens in our life or anything that comes our way, when we can see it from the place of, I'm going to grow from this because I have the awareness and I can reflect and I can journal on this and I can find out what is the universe trying to present me with. That is growth mindset. Growth mindset also means taking responsibility for your life. So you can choose to be feeling like a victim when you're struggling to meet your fitness goals, when you're struggling to have the better version of yourself, your physical, in your physical body, when you want to lose weight, you want to get stronger, you want to build a better physique. And you could be very much in your victim mindset when you are like, well, this takes so much time and I'm never gonna get there, I'm never gonna be skinny, or I'm never gonna achieve the goal that I want to achieve, I'm never gonna have the muscles on my body that I want to have. Or you can take it as, I am learning to train, I am being graceful and compassionate with myself on this journey, and I know I'm going to get there. And this is actually very exciting because I get to do this. I get to become a better version of myself. I get to build better habits around my food and health. I get to learn because we have information everywhere as to how to build muscles, how to lose weight, how to eat better food, how to be more graceful with your body, how to take care of your body. Information is there. And by being in the victim mindset of, I'm never going to get there, this is so hard, this is so long to get, when you are ruminating over and over and over, you are getting yourself stuck because you're closing yourself off from any epiphanies, from any excitement about this journey that you have ahead of you, from being open to learn. And the most important thing, when we have a growth mindset, we can get excited about the fact that you as a human being, you are evolving, you are growing into this better version of yourself. Now, how exciting it is to be able to experience life and experience world in that way, where nothing phases you. When you are like, okay, I'm excited for this journey, now I'm going to become this new version of myself, I'm going to become healthier, I'm going to become stronger, I'm going to become more resilient, I'm going to become more aware of what choices I should be making. It's not given to everyone to be able to do these things. I mean, a lot of people are very limited, externally limited. They might be facing war, they might be facing poverty, they might be facing all these things, but we choose to be in the victim mindset. We choose to see the world from that place of, everything is so hard and why can't I just be granted all these things. Well, life isn't about that. Life is about hard work towards the goals and changing your identity and changing who you are, evolving to the better version of yourself on the way. But the only way to you can actually start being that version, you can actually start making those choices, is to have the growth mindset versus a victim mindset. So I wanted to bring to you a few signs that you may be in the victim mindset. And number one is if you have a very loud negative self-talk. Become aware of what is it that you are telling yourself. If you approach any challenge in your life with the mindset of I can't do it, if you see the world through the lens of world is limited and I can never get there and that will never happen for me, that is very limited mindset. It's a mindset of a victim, versus a growth mindset is life is limitless and I am the creator of my reality. I can create anything that I desire in my life with putting enough time, enough effort, enough work into it, and keeping that healthy mindset around it, having trust in yourself, having the belief that you can indeed achieve anything in life, whether it is your fitness goals, whether it is the career that you want to pursue, whether it is your best relationship that you know that you deserve. You can get all of that. I believe that we can have anything and everything in our life with the right mindset. It all starts with you. It all starts with how you see it and with work that you're willing to put in and the consistency and being integral with that. So actually not only thinking it, but also breathing it, being someone who has a growth mindset, being someone who understands that they can achieve anything. That is the belief system that you will have to shift, because the reason that you see the world in the victim mindset is because your beliefs about the world are that. If you have limiting beliefs that you have acquired throughout childhood, and it could well be money doesn't grow on trees, there is not enough in the world, you are limited by your intelligence, if you haven't have a degree then you are doomed. All of these things are very limiting and they're not true. We have millionaires and billionaires out there who haven't even finished school, and that is because they have harnessed discipline, they have harnessed their mindset around how they need to get to the point where they want to get to, and everything is possible for everyone. I honestly truly believe that anything is possible to you if only you are willing to put the work and you're willing to self-develop into the growth mindset. If you are willing to put the work and change your mindset around who you are and where you're heading and what's possible for you, anything is possible. Another sign that you may be stuck in a victim mindset is blaming others and circumstances and not taking responsibility for your life. Now, this one is a hard one because to take responsibility, you have to be very honest with yourself. You have to be honest with, how am I contributing here in this relationship? How am I contributing to my unhealthy body? How am I contributing to me not being able to wake up in the morning if I've set myself that goal and I can't do that because I stay up too late? And that is something that I'm dealing with right now. I'm trying to wake up earlier, but I fail to do so because I get very active in the evening and I get very productive in the evening. So oftentimes a lot of work that I do will happen in the evening. And that's something for me to work with. But never did I ever think that this is anyone else's fault. I always take responsibility for my actions. I am very real with myself. And I think to take responsibility, we have to, with compassion and love and understanding and sometimes forgiveness, we have to be able to see ourselves in the raw way, to see ourselves truly of what is actually happening in this situation and why can I not wake up in the morning? Why can't I get the body that I want? Why can't I have the relationship that I know I deserve? We have to be honest with ourselves. And through the honesty and through, again, love and compassion is very important here, because it's so easy to, again, fall into the victim mindset where you go, well, it's all my fault, I'm useless, I'm all this, and you come with all these negative, judgmental thoughts about yourself as to why you are not where you want to be. So that's why compassion and love towards your journey is important, and understanding that you will never be productive when you loathe yourself, when you fall into blaming and shaming yourself about why you are not where you want to be. That is never going to take you to where you want to go, because it is, again, victim mindset. A growth mindset is, I am very honest about where I fucked up, where I'm not showing up for myself, where I'm not showing up the way I need to be showing up, but I'm going to forgive myself for that and understand that I always do the best I can with what I know at the time. And now I'm going to move with the growth mindset, I'm going to move towards the goal that I've set myself. And that is the difference between victim mindset and growth mindset. Number 3 sign that you might be living in a victim mindset is that you are feeling stuck in the situation that you are in. Because again, we feel stuck when we don't see solution. And oftentimes when we are in a victim mindset, we don't see solutions because we ruminate over and over and over in blaming and shaming of ourselves or others and not taking responsibility. And so it's so important to get unstuck is to forgive yourself. To get unstuck is to get a clear vision of what you want and where are you heading, and make that decision. Decision means to remove anything that gets in the way of you getting to the goal that you want to get to. Making decision and being graceful with it, and being honest about where you're heading, what you want and why you want it, and also being honest to where you are failing, not being scared of failing, understanding that failure is just part of the journey. So when you feel stuck and helpless in a situation, this might be the sign that you are looking at the situation that you are in from a victim mindset rather than growth mindset, reminding yourself that there's always only solutions. There is no such a thing as something that cannot be solved. Everything can be solved. Sometimes the choices that we have to make are very difficult choices in life, and yes, they may lead us to leaving the relationship. They may lead us towards leaving the job, changing circumstances. We might have to go through that if that relationship, that person, that friend, that job, that circumstance no longer serves you. And to make that decision and get unstuck, you have to have a growth mindset. You have to believe that where you are going and where you are heading is the better direction, and it is serving the purpose of you being here on this planet as a human being. You have to trust. You have to not be scared of failing, because failure will be inevitable at some point in your life. There is no such a thing as just going through life and always succeeding. Everyone fails at some point, and that takes resilience, and that takes compassion and love towards yourself. Another sign that you may be stuck in the victim mindset is struggling to see challenges as opportunities. And that one is a big one, because when we can just shift from why is this happening to me to this is happening for me, you can see that you can start seeing challenges as actually opportunities for growth. You can see anything that comes your way in your life as an opportunity to evolve, opportunity to get more reflective with yourself, opportunity to change maybe patterns that you are in, maybe change the way you think about yourself or others, maybe move into another direction. And you never know what another amazing opportunity and job and people that you're going to meet, you never know what this actually can unfold to be. And I have this deep trust that everything happens for a reason. I remember when I got redundant from my job in accounts, which wasn't for me at all. It wasn't something I enjoyed doing anymore, and I got redundant. And I remember going to my last meeting with my manager, and I was so grateful. I remember I was just like, they were actually shocked at my reaction, because I was just like, yeah, no, I feel this is a good decision. I feel like, yeah, because I knew that I didn't belong there anymore. And so I was really happy that I can just move on. I can go and forge for another job. And, and maybe I would never be where I am today. And I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if I was stuck in that job. So it's so important to look at those challenges as actually opportunities. Get excited of what's coming your way. Whenever we get rid of something, we create a space in our energetic field, but also in our life, we create space for the new. So getting excited about anything that doesn't work in your life, let go of that, because you just don't know what opportunities, what people are coming your way, what friendships, relationships, new jobs, whatever that is, you just don't know. But when we have trust that we are being guided, we are being supported, and it's all well, we can be resilient and we can see any challenge from that place of opportunity and get excited about what's coming our way. So let's move on to 8 steps of how to start shifting from victim mindset to growth mindset, so that you can start living more fulfilled lives, so that you can take reins of your life and live your life more purposefully and more at peace. Because being victim and being in the victim mindset is very stressful, because you don't trust the process, you don't trust yourself, you don't trust people around you, you think that everyone is against you. And when you can shift to the growth mindset, you can be at peace, you can trust yourself, you can trust the process, you can trust that everything is unfolding just the way it needs to unfold. So step number 1 is accept and acknowledge the victim mindset. Start recognizing the moments in your day, in your everyday life, where you lean towards blaming, when you lean towards feeling like a victim, feeling used, feeling that nothing is working for you, that everything is against you and the world is a bad place. Recognize when you have that negative talk in your head, acknowledge it, and make a decision, an aware decision and conscious decision to change that. Number 2 step on how to start shifting from victim mindset to more of a growth mindset is take responsibility for your actions and for your responses. Understanding that you cannot control what's happening around you. You can't control people around you. You can't control no one, not even your child. You have to let people be who they are. And you cannot control the environment, but you can control your own actions, and you can control your feelings, your emotions, your thought process. You can control your own reaction. And one very important learning that I've learned last year was that human suffering happens in our head, in our thoughts. It is about the perspective about the world, that we can choose to see the world from the place of scarcity and fear and negativity, or we can choose to see the world positively. We can see the world as a beautiful oyster, if you like, that can give you what you need, that can provide what you do need. But take responsibility for yourself, for the way you think, for the way you see the world, for the way you show up in this world. When you start taking that responsibility, not only you are harnessing self-esteem, you're harnessing your self-worth, because you know that you can have your back, but you also are showing up completely different. You make different decisions in life when you can start taking responsibility of how you feel, how you see the world, what practices, what self-love practices are you fostering in your life? Do you make sure that you wake up in the morning, have tea, that you sit with yourself for 10 minutes? Do you make sure that you journal in the morning? Do you make sure that you start your day right? Or do you wake up, jump out of bed and grab your phone and get yourself engaged in social media? Life is about choices. We have the power to make the right choices or the wrong choices, and we have to take responsibility and understand that we contribute to our life's journey. We are the creator. Life is not happening to you, it's happening through you. It's happening through how you choose to be, how you choose to show up, what thoughts you are choosing to have every single day. Number 3 of how to move from victim mindset to a growth mindset is reframe challenges as opportunities. And I already mentioned seeing every challenge that comes your way as a way of growth, as opportunity to evolve, to be a better version of yourself, to have the mindset of life is a game. It's a game of struggles and happiness and joy and opportunities and upheavals. Life is not meant to be linear. It's not meant to be one boring line. Life is about all of these challenges coming your way, but those challenges are presented to you so that you can see what triggers you. You can see where there's healing that needs to take place. You can see where you need to grow, where you need to be. Oftentimes, any challenge is leading us to stop yourself in your tracks and actually observe your life and be like, okay, this does not make me feel good. This relationship, this job, this friendship is no longer serving, and it's not giving me the joy that I want in life. And when we can see that everything and those feelings of stuckness, those feelings of this does not feel good anymore, these are nudges to making change. These are nudges for you to grow. Take a lesson that you have from this job wasn't for me. I didn't really feel fulfilled, or I didn't feel like my boss was acknowledging me for my hard work. And then that you can take that as a learning and then move towards something that you know. If you are in a relationship that doesn't make you feel fulfilled, doesn't make you feel seen, wanted, desired, loved, this is the sign that you need to move on to something else. You can either work on this relationship and give this other person opportunity to, by voicing what you want, what you need, by voicing, you give this person opportunity to change, or you giving them also opportunity to move in their own direction and understand that everything and anything in life happens for a reason. Those people are needed. They all teach us, they all give us learnings and allow us to evolve into a better version of ourselves. But not everything is supposed to stay there for all of your life timeline. People come and go, opportunities come and go, challenges come and go. This too shall pass. So when you can harness that belief, and when you can start understanding that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, you can start moving into a better version of yourself and into a better, more fulfilled life. Number 4 step to move from victim mindset to growth mindset is to cultivate self-compassion. I've already mentioned before today that compassion towards yourself and forgiveness is a big, big step onto moving from victim mindset to more of a growth mindset. You have to understand that no one's perfect. You have to understand that you are a human being who's making mistakes, period. You're going to make mistakes in this lifetime. You're going to make decisions that you will regret. And that is absolutely okay. But ruminating in that mindset of loathing yourself, shaming, blaming yourself for the rest of your life, that is victim mindset. because you can't move past it. You can't move on from the situation, the relationship. You can't move on gracefully into new challenges, into new life, into your new beginnings if you have not let go of the past. So, through the time that you are trying to change from the victim mindset to more of a growth mindset, it's important to have compassion towards your journey. Again, understanding that you have been doing the best you can with what you knew at the time, with the level of consciousness that you had. And now it's time to shift and change, but always be compassionate towards everything and anything, all the messiness of yours, all the ugly of your behaviors, all the ugly of how you've been showing up for yourself, how you've been showing up, and how you've been going about your life, your health, your relationships. There's always room for growth. And the only way we can move towards the growth mindset is to be compassionate and forgive ourselves, understanding that we've been doing the best we can. Number 5 way to move from victim mindset to more empowered growth mindset is become aware of your self-talk. Change your limiting beliefs, change your negative self-talk from I can't do this to I've got this, from this is such a big task and I don't think I can learn this to of course I can learn this. I've got capacity, brain capacity to learn this. Believe in yourself. Start by loving yourself enough to give yourself permission to achieve anything and everything that your heart desires. Move from neglecting yourself, from judging yourself, from blaming yourself, into being the best friend for yourself. Treat yourself as if you would treated your child, or as if you would treated your best friend. Be the best cheerleader for yourself on this journey of change and growth. It's so important because, again, everything starts with a thought. If you wake up in the morning and all you can hear in your head is how you judge yourself for where you are not yet, for your body, for your hair, for your nose, for whatever the features, or for how you've made a mistake by saying something to someone and you regret it, you have to start moving past these things and you have to start being aware of what is your internal self-talk. That is the only way for you to start shifting from a victim mindset to more of a growth mindset. Looking at yourself with compassion, accepting of who you are today, understanding that everything and anything that you are today as a human being is being programmed into you. That's the conditioning that you've acquired over your lifetime, and it's not necessarily who you actually are at the core of your being. To move towards who you are at the core of your being, you have to see yourself from the place of love. You have to be loving and compassionate, and you have to change the way you talk to yourself. Number 6, moving from victim mindset to more of a growth mindset, is set achievable goals and break them down into smaller goals for daily action. It's so important to not overwhelm yourself. It's so easy to overwhelm yourself with setting massive goals like, I want to drop 20 kilograms. That's a lot of weight to lose and it's going to take time. So set yourself a big goal and then a smaller goal and almost like reverse engineer it to how you're going to action it every day, and commit, make a decision, removing anything that gets in the way of you making that decision. Make a decision and follow those small steps, small goals every day, because that way you will start harnessing growth mindset. You will gain the momentum of you achieving that goal that's important to you. It's important because when you do achieve a goal, and I don't mean the big goal, but when on a daily basis you show up for yourself and you stick with the small steps, step-by-step goal, you not only create momentum, but you also telling yourself that you are worthy, that you are lovable, that you are a badass. You tell yourself the story. You're starting to tell yourself a different story about yourself. You gain confidence in yourself. You know that you can start trusting yourself. You harness these powerful beliefs about yourself when you start taking small actions towards the goal that's important to you. Number 7 step of how to move from victim mindset to more of a growth mindset is seek people and surround yourself with people of a growth mindset. Our environment has a massive effect on how we see the world, how we feel, what thoughts we have. Surround yourself with people who support you, who support your new way of being. It's one of the hardest things to do, I believe, in self-development when you start awakening to new understandings. The hardest thing is to cut away negativity and toxicity from your life. That friend that you've been friends with for 16 years, that's no longer in alignment with who you are or who you becoming, if you feel that this doesn't align anymore with where you are heading and how you choose to live your life, with love and understanding, let her go. If that friend is no longer resonating with who you are, and that person is in the victim mindset and they live their life from the place of everything is happening to me and my life just sucks, when they come from that energy, it's so easy to be drawn back into that mindset when you are surrounded by people like this. Start fostering new relationships. Start surrounding yourself with people that will help you thrive. Our environment has a massive effect on who we are and how we go about life. Involve yourself with the groups that are like-minded. Maybe go to networking events. Maybe start going out and to like dancing classes or something that you are really interested in, and start creating new relationships and surround yourself with people that will support your growth, that will support you in that sort of mindset. And then look for people that have a growth mindset. When you communicate with people, when you connect with others, notice, how does this person see the world? Are these people positive and open-minded and excited about life? Are they joyful in their own life? Or are they going to be draining you and dragging you down? It's so important to become aware of these things. And unfortunately, the people that are draining, just remember, you can never change anyone. You can't make someone change. That is just pointless exercise, because no one will ever change until they feel for themselves that the change is necessary. Be your own human and focus on you, but you also can choose people around you, and you can start fostering those relationships that make you thrive. Number 8, and last but not least point on how to move from victim mindset to more of a growth mindset, is celebrate your success. Making decision and following through with something new is very hard. Changing habits is so hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would be successful and everyone would be fit and healthy, because we all know what needs doing. We all know the steps of how to become better. And the reason that everyone is struggling is because making a change is very hard. Our body and our brain is used to certain patterns. We are creatures of habit, and it's so hard to make those changes. And that's why it's so important to celebrate yourself for every smallest win. Every time that you make a right decision about your food, your health, your relationship, every time you choose consciously to change, every time you catch yourself in your negative self-talk and you shift and anchor that thought to a positive one, take your time to sit there and acknowledge yourself for that, to pat yourself on the shoulder. Gratification is important when we try to change anything in our life. It's important because the more you can feel that gratification and that prize, and the more you can feel that win, the more your body will be leaning and your brain will be leaning towards the right choices. So it's so important to take the time to acknowledge yourself, to honor yourself, to pat yourself on the shoulder for the progress that you are making. So when we can understand how important the mindset is and how important it is how we see the world, how we choose to perceive it, because again, we are the creators of our reality. You have the power to literally change right here, right now. You have the power to make a decision on, okay, I'm not going to be that person anymore. I'm going to leave the old me behind, and I'm going to move to something that serves me and my purpose and my life ahead. Making conscious decision like that, the move from victim mindset to growth mindset, it's going to change your life, because everything is possible. You are limitless. You can learn and achieve anything in this lifetime, but the mindset is what stops you. It's the mindset around, I'm doomed, I'm a failure, I can't do anymore, or I can't be anymore, I'm tired, I'm old. This is your mindset. By making the right choices, you can start feeling better, you can start being healthier, you can start being less stressed, you can start being more vigorous and vital in your life by making choices from the right place. Be honest with yourself. Where are you neglecting yourself? What choices are you making that are detrimental to your growth? Be honest and don't be afraid to make a change. Remember that change is always scary, but that is your brain just telling you that it's scary. You have free will to make those right choices, and I trust that you will. Thank you so much for listening today. Subscribe to this channel and share it with those that you love. I'm very grateful for you to listen to this point. Comment below if there's any subjects that you would like me to cover, and I would speak to you to the next one.